Thank you everyone for viewing this video today of Calabash. We are really excited to be presenting the property in detail to you today. And thank you for viewing the recording. As you know, I've been representing Calabash for couple of years now. And I have to say, it's one of the greatest hotels I've had the pleasure to represent. It has this timeless elegance, an incredible team to work with. And since they've done all the renovation, it's truly one of the top hotels in the Caribbean. And I'm here joined by Leo Garbett, the owner of Calabash, and Adele, the Director of Sales and Marketing and daughter of Leo. I will now hand over to Leo to give a little bit of a feedback of how he got to be involved in the property many years ago. Over to you, Leo.
Okay, actually, I've got to tell Patrice that I'm not the owner of the hotel. The family owns the hotel. And that's how we run the hotel. So actually, I have three bosses, and they're my two daughters, Adele and Beth, and my wife, Annie. So, so I think I come fourth in line. And we've also got Roberta, who we call Bobby, and so I'm fifth in line actually. So I'm very fortunate that things in life happened, and in 1986 I came to Grenada, and I came to Grenada to look at investing in a rum distillery. And that was quite interesting, but even more interesting, I met the lady who's now my wife, and I was also introduced to the Calabash Hotel. So sometimes in life you've got to get really lucky, and I'm a really lucky chap because Grenada is a wonderful country. Calabash is just an amazing place to be, and all of these years on, how lucky am I to be working with my daughters and my wife and the family Calabash. So the whole essence of Calabash is that it's family run, and one of the things that we all like within the family is the pursuit of excellence. And so constantly we're never satisfied with what we've got. We can always improve it, and that's a great position because we always will. So when it comes to our guests, when our guests come back to Calabash, and we do have an awful lot of repeat guests, what the guests tell us is, you've invested our money wisely. So they've invested in a holiday here, and we've invested their money that they give to us within the property. So the following year, it's another thing for them to look forward to. So, you, Patrice.
One thing I would like to mention before we start the presentation, that Leo Garbett has been involved in the Caribbean for many years, and this year he's actually been awarded the Hotelier of the Year award. So because of his involvement, his dedication to the Caribbean. So it's a great hotelier to have in our portfolio. Yeah. I will now start the presentation. So Calabash is located obviously in Grenada, 10 minutes from the airport. And one of the important things that happened a couple of years ago now is that we joined Relais and Chateau, thanks to the investment in the property that has been done over several years. The hotel really reached an incredible level. As Leo said, the clients think he has invested the money wisely into the property. So for those clients who know the hotel from the past, it's changed a lot, as you will see in the presentation. So the hotel is about 10 minutes from the airport. One thing I want to assure you is that there's absolutely no sound pollution for your clients. You may once in a while hear a plane in a distance, but as it's really great to be so close to the airport, so, but with no sound pollution. And the hotel is about 8 acres, and in total 27 acres. And here you see the layout of the property, where you have all the suite categories. It's an all suite property. Here you have the superior suite, which is the entry level. Then you have the junior suites and pool suites, and they're all two-story buildings. And then you have the deluxe suites, which are to the right here. The entrance of the hotel is over here, where you'll be driving by tennis courts and a boutique. There's also additional tennis courts to the left. You enter through the main entrance here, where you immediately find the Rose restaurant. And as you go through this area, you then face this incredible area of an incredible garden that overlooks the ocean, which is a really very unique feature. This allows all clients to have the same views, pretty much the same views. The slight advantage of the superior suites is the fact that they're pretty much almost on the beach, especially the one here. We also have a wellness area over here where you have the fitness center, juice bar, the spa, and the new pool. The top suite within the hotel area is the penthouse, which is a 1 or 2 bedroom suite available to your clients. Additionally, there's also the estate at Calabash, which offers a collection of 4 villas, the pool house, Garibaldi, 3 Frog, and a hummingbird villa. There's also some activities here on the garden where you have bocce ball, a putting green, croquet lawn, and shuffleboard. I need to try some of those next time. I haven't tried them when I was there at the property. What's really unique to at Calabash is that we have a dive center on property and obviously all the water sports available. And then we also have the quite incredible beach club, which has fully been redone about a year ago now. This is the view of the garden, as I showed you on the map, with the dive center here, and then the beach club right here. This is a picture that was taken before the renovation and of the beach club, and the bar has moved to the back, allowing every person at the beach club to have unobstructed views of the ocean. This is in a better view, an aerial view. So I showed you these superior suites, the penthouse with the pool totally secluded at the back, the wellness area, the tennis courts. This is a pool suite with another suite attached, and this is where Gary Road's restaurant is. The entrance of Calabash, which has also been totally redone. And here you have the building style. This is, for example, where you have the junior suites at the top and the pool suites at the bottom. The entry level is the superior suite, so we have 30 suites in total. One of the great, as I mentioned, features of the superior suites that they're closer to the beach. But they're about the same size as the junior suites, just that the bedroom is separate. And all the bathrooms have been fully redone. Then the junior suite, which is one of my favorite categories too. Obviously, I prefer the penthouse, but I really love that category too. One of the unique elements to that I know a lot of money was invested in is the fact that the hotel has fiber optic broadband, which I always find really, really convenient. It's not that you should be viewing a lot of videos on your holiday, but it's a nice feature to have when you're on property, to be able to tour the property with your friends and family when you're on holiday. Also, the bathrooms are really quite expansive. I think you could actually put an extra bed in some of the bathrooms. They're quite spectacular. Some of the buildings was actually enlarged in order to make the bathrooms larger. Oh, sorry, the deluxe suite. The great thing about the deluxe suite is that many of them connect to other deluxe suites. You also have various 2-bedroom options. As I mentioned, you have the deluxe suite and also the penthouse that can become a 2-bedroom suite. Then also the 2 deluxe suite and also deluxe suite and the pool suite. Here you see the connecting deluxe suite door with the wet bar to the right. As you see, the style is quite contemporary, but not too modern. So it really, really pleases all styles of client. I don't think anybody wouldn't like this. Nobody wouldn't like this style. And then the pool suite, which is a favorite amongst the couples, especially the honeymooners, that have great privacy at the back with a private pool. With a very unique feature here, the outdoor bathtub. And if you rent a car, which some of our clients do, to explore the island, you can actually park your car right at the back and enter your pool suite. Some more pictures of the pool suite with the beautiful views on the garden. And then also, as you can see, all the furniture is brand new, which was done last year, which is really lovely. This is the area where your breakfast will be served in the morning. And I'll mention that a bit later on, how lovely that is. It's quite famous, Calabash, for its a patio breakfast dining experience. So, and then the penthouse, which has a covered covered living room and dining room with semi-open air with access to a great pool. You enter from the higher level, and then if you actually book the connecting deluxe suite, there's a staircase that will connect you to the lower ground, the deluxe suite. The penthouse features a jacuzzi, and here's some more pictures. And then the estate homes. One of the great things about the estate homes is that they're absolutely great value compared to some other villa accommodations at other resorts. So I highly recommend you looking into our offers and packages that we have available for the villas. So there are three that are really quite close to each other, which you could easily rent together. So this is a 2-bedroom, 5-bedroom, and a 5-bedroom. Between those two, there's actually a pathway. And then one of them has a gym too, but some people rent them all together. So you can make it a 7-bedroom, a 10-bedroom, or a 12-bedroom all together. So sometimes there's been weddings and smaller events held in these villas. And then Hummingbird Villa is in a slightly different style, higher up on the hill. The great thing about the location of the villas too is that it's in a peninsula, so you have these incredible unobstructed views of the whole surrounding waters. As you can tell from this picture, it's designed in a more Balinese style with hardwood floors, and this villa has a particularly large kitchen too. Then the pool house. I believe there's been many parties there, Del.
Many parties. Children's parties and adults parties.
Children's and adults parties. I think next time we should have a fam trip party there.
Yeah, I think those are the better type to have.
Yeah. As you can tell, this is a 2-bedroom villa with a pool that fits about, I don't know, 35 people. And then Tree Frog. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the villas, but please, if you have any questions, reach out to us. And then Hummingbird is quite a spectacular villa too, a 5-bedroom villa, slightly in a more modern style, I would say. But as you can tell, the views from that villa are incredible. And here you can clearly see how surrounded you are by water in these accommodations. So great place to have a wedding too in this villa. I believe you had a wedding there recently too.
Yeah, we did.
And here's some additional pictures of the villas. The dining experience is exceptional, and I'll show you some of the options. Obviously, we have the beach club. Oh, my mistake. First, we start with our breakfast. The breakfast is really quite unique. A while back, the hotel didn't have an alternative to breakfast on your terrace. So in the morning, you would see all the clients having an incredible dining experience on their terrace. What's unique about the way this is set up is that there's a pantry at the back of the suite where your room attendant will actually prepare breakfast for you and serve your coffee first. So you wake up to the smell of coffee, and then your fruit plate, and then your hot breakfast or whatever else you ordered. So I'm told that particularly the women like it, so they don't have to compete at breakfast, I'm told. So, but now we also have an additional option on the beach, which is obviously another fantastic option to have your breakfast. And then we have the Beach Club, which has been fully renovated, which is more in a tapas style dining experience. And then Rhodes Restaurant. And I will let Adele talk a little bit more about the chefs and the cuisine at the hotel.
Sure. One of the main features about Calabash is our food. It always has typically been great food. We put a lot of effort into it, and that's why we felt we were such a great fit for Relais and Chateau, as one of the cornerstones of Relais and Chateau is cuisine. So it makes our job at the hotel much easier if the food is really good, because once people are enjoying that element, there's a lot less to complain about, really, because food is such an important part of all of our days. We eat 3, sometimes more times per day. So so once you get that element right, which we feel that we've largely done, because of the great reviews we get, and we do have great chefs on island. We also really try and focus on what is available in Grenada to use. So we use fresh ingredients as much as possible. It's really about the journey of the food from where it's grown to our plate. We try and grow a lot as on property, as well as on our family estate in the countryside of Grenada, so just 45 minutes away. So everything is really fresh and to high quality and organic as well. So fresh ingredients make fresh, wonderful dishes. So Patrice, if you just flick through, there's one dish that I wanted to mention in particular, which is this one, which has been on the menu for, I would say, over 25 years, which is a great feat for any one dish, I think. It's a Calabash classic. It's called the Callaloo and shrimp tartlet. And anybody who I eat with at the restaurant, I always recommend this dish to them. Callaloo is a leafy vegetable, similar to spinach, but the flavor is just so much more fantastic. And when you pair that with a sort of creamy sauce, shrimp and pastry, it is just really fantastic. Food at Calabash is something that you don't ever have to worry about. Our chefs work with our guests. Being a small hotel, we have the flexibility to do that. We also deal with all sorts of dietary requirements. I don't think there's anything that we haven't heard of yet. So we look after our guests very well here, right from when they arrive all the way to the end, taking them to the airport.
Some of my favorite dishes, which are the Callaloo fritters, the lobster mac and cheese, and the lobster taco. So they're still on the menu.
Yes, you know what? Those 3 that you mentioned are what we hear all the time as well. People, when I meet people out, because whenever a lot of people on the island do eat with us at the restaurant. Both our restaurants are really popular with people staying on the island, local people as well as our guests. I do hear that a lot about the lobster taco, the shrimp, and the shrimp mac and cheese as well. And the lobster mac and cheese. We do both shrimp and lobster mac and cheese.
Can't wait to be back.
Yeah.
There's of the dining, of the special dishes. You do quite a few weddings a year too, Adele?
Yeah, we do weddings. We do smaller weddings, so they're not ever a 200 person, because being just a small property, we don't want it to be too imposing on our other guests as well. So we do more intimate ceremonies at the beach, in the gardens, up at villas. They're always really nice experiences, really special days. So we never do more than one a day, obviously. So it is that couple, it's their day.
Yeah. Obviously, what's really special about the beach is the fact that there's no other hotel on the beach, although there's some private villas. There's, the great thing about that is that you leave your things on, if you go swimming, on your sun lounger without having to worry of any other people being around, so except for the guests. So it's a really great feature and it's a bay, so there's quite a few beautiful sailboats that you're looking at, which is a lovely experience. And then the pool has also been obviously fully redone. It's quite a beautiful pool. There's these fantastic sunken sunbeds. I always wonder how many people end up in the pool after a couple of extra drinks. here at the back, you see the fitness center and the juice bar, which I will show you right away. The juice bar, and then the fitness center. And obviously we also have a spa with yoga, and here's the exterior of the spa where we have 3 treatment rooms. Would you like to say something more about the spa, Adele?
Yeah, sure. The spa's been really nicely sort of finished, so it's a really relaxing environment to be in. So we have a single treatment room, a double treatment room, and that's a double treatment room, and then we've got a nail room as well. The therapists are always they're really excellent. They sort of take into account their clients' needs, so it is a very holistic treatment, and we often have, you know, after you have one, people do tend to come back. So it's local. It's very popular again locally, as well as with hotel guests, and that fantastic view as you're having a massage. What more do you want?
Exactly. There's also a lovely boutique. We also have tennis, and people don't think that there is a you know, that we definitely welcome children. Except for the month of February. But children are very welcome. There's a lot of activities we can organize for the kids, so please think of us for your families. And over to you, Adele. As you know, Grenada a lot better than me. I thought I'd let you handle this part of the presentation.
Yeah, sure. So Grenada is a very, it's a really lovely place to be. It's a really safe island. Everybody in Grenada generally are very, very, very friendly people, and that's a comment that we hear a lot. Grenada is often called the friendliest island in the Caribbean, and it's got really rich culture as well, which is really nice. You know, we're not really set up for mass tourism here. A lot of the hotels are very sort of similar to Calabash, more of the higher end and small hotels. I think the largest hotel we have here is Sandals, and that's very much tucked behind the airport. So so when you come to Grenada, you do get the opportunity to really experience the culture and the people, and we do encourage our guests to sort of go out. In fact, something that I always encourage our guests to do when they ask what should they do on the island is to do an island tour with one of our tour guides, so that you sort of, they drive around, they take you to great spots, and they just tell you a lot about the island on the way. They're really, really full of knowledge. So it's a great way to learn about the island and to see it at the same time. And you can do that in a full day. You can do 8 hours if you want to, but 4 hours is more than enough, and with a stop for lunch. So it's a really nice thing to do. Grenada is, if you just turn the slides, I think you've got some lovely pictures of Grenada on the other slide. So that's a photo of our town. It's really, really sort of pretty town. We are based about 20 minutes away, and we are located more in the tourism belt. So what surrounds Calabash are lots of bars, restaurants, and other hotels as well. So we're really well located here. And Grenada is a volcanic island, so it is very
Adele's got stuck.
Yes.
The Wi-Fi's dropped. So you back?
Did I go somewhere?
I didn't hear you for a couple of
Oh no! I'm sorry about that. Well, I was saying how lovely and pretty Grenada was, and then we've got lovely beaches as well. So the best of both worlds, you know, the rainforest, the great views, the hiking, the activity part of Grenada, and then, you know, lovely beaches. So you could just sit on beaches all day if you prefer. You can do as much or as little as you want here.
This is quite special too. It's the underwater sculpture park. It's about 25 minutes from the hotel, and you can either dive or just snorkel from the beach to it. So. And obviously the staff is a very unique feature at the hotel. I have to say that, you know, the reviews of the hotel are absolutely incredible. And that's partially, obviously, or largely due to the staff that's been there for many, many years. When you arrive at the hotel, I think I had 6 people waiting in line at the hotel, which was quite incredible. It felt like a royal welcome. And very important to mention is that the hotel has been voted the #100 hotel in the Caribbean by TripAdvisor, and number 13 in the world, which I have to say is almost more impressive than being the #1 in the Caribbean, as this is of 1.8 million listings, which is really quite incredible. And that's obviously a great achievement. And now I'll show you the video of the property. And the whole family and some of the team members. Well, one last thing I wanted to mention is that many of you have clients coming into the hotel. And we want to remind you that to reach out if you have clients coming, as we'd be very happy to send a special amenity on your behalf to the hotel, to your client, as if it were coming from you, a bottle of wine or something else. I think we want to thank you for your support, and that's one way of showing that to you. When it comes to the COVID situation, I'll let Leo mention a couple of words on behalf of that.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to thank you for viewing this and for Patrice for arranging it. We're recording this in 2020, and this for the whole world has been a tumultuous year because life has changed because of COVID-19. And one of the things that I can tell you about Calabash is that you can see already that from the video and from the presentation, we've got a vast amount of space here. So when it comes to distancing, there's no concern about that at all. When it comes to cleaning side of things, we were very fortunate to be awarded the AAA Excellence in Housekeeping Award. We're one of very few in the Caribbean who got it. So our housekeeping standards are to a very high level. We are very aware of all of the things that are going on with COVID-19, and we're making sure that things here are sensible and well organized. When it comes to the situation of our continuity when it comes to the food side of things, it's really quite interesting because we all know that Gary Rhodes passed away far too early last year. And one of the things that Gary did was, and that all of us in the family loved being with Gary and with Jenny, his wife, and his children, is that we shared the pursuit of excellence, and we need to continue that. So we're working very closely with Jenny Rhodes, and a lot of people don't know Jenny Rhodes, but she is a really fantastic chef, and that she and Gary work together very well. So there's continuity there, and we will continue in that vein. We've got fantastic chefs here, and the training that we do with our chefs and all of our staff is exemplary. Just as a matter of information, we've got 126 staff for 30 rooms. So, you know, it's we do pamper people, but obviously now we pamper people at a distance. So we can do that. So I'd like to thank you very much for considering Calabash when you're telling your clients to come to a very special place in the Caribbean. You don't need to look further than Calabash. One of the things that Patrice has said that we all know is that when it comes down to looking after guests, and you as travel agents and tour operators recommending places to stay, we get very few complaints. In actual fact, if we get a complaint, we're shocked. Mm-hmm. So what that means is that you're in a situation whereby you sell us once, and invariably you've sold us over and over again, and you've got a repeat client, and we've got a repeat client. So we'll do our best for you, and we'd like to thank you for doing your best for us in the past, and in the future, you're going to do the best for us again. So thanks again.
Thank you so much for viewing this video, and I look forward to seeing you in person again soon. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.
Bye from Grenada.
Bye.